Rugby chat with Mark and Tony.
Oh yeah, Mark, it's a good time of year, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
The weather's we've
It's
just
just
gone,
getting right.
just coming right. Oh, I can't see the damn thing.
Oh yeah. That's one that's not beautiful.
Really killed the mood. We're
Yeah,
about
you
to
were
get
just
start
about to talk some weather.
We're gonna bask into what's coming out. Mean summer now. I'm gonna get off my ass and change that. I better go do that.
Do it.
Hold the fort while I'm away, would you?
I'll keep the folks entertained. Hey folks, how's the weather where you are? No, but it's nice. You can get out of bed and you don't think, blah.
Yeah, that's right. Do you think I could do the whole podcast with this voice?
Might be difficult.
There's a bit of rugby on the weekend. Without any further ado, should we crack on? No, we are quite a lot of ado, aren't we?
What does that mean?
Well, you know how people say without further ado, and
yeah.
they get to the crux of it.
We're all about the ado.
We're about ado.
For you guys watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
there are timestamps.
There are. It probably says it already.
If you wish to skip
true.
this, why you would want to.
Some people like it.
Some people can't stand it, and some people they couldn't do without it.
If you're
I wonder
listening,
if anyone just like listens to the start, and then when we start talking rugby, like, all right, I had enough of this shit. Turn it off.
Lydia.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm away and she misses me, believe it or not, there's a human being that can miss me when I'm away.
Oh man. Wonders never cease.
She said to me, it's quite I give it a shit for it. Tragic. She'll listen to the start of some of our podcasts, and then when we start going, what about counties and Bay of Plenty this weekend? She goes,
I had enough of that.
yeah.
Don't miss them that much.
And it's a very slow week in rugby if we're leading with counties and Bay of Plenty.
This is true.
I don't think we've ever led with a NPC game.
Okay, next time counties and Bay of Plenty play,
Yeah.
that's our lead
It's going to
story.
be all over the thumbnail.
Let's just make sure it's not next week. There's still one regular season round of the NPC
century.
to go.
Game of the century. It could be.
Yeah.
Have they played this yet?
I don't remember.
Anyway, it's a good. We like this time of year because it's
Counties are playing Tasman, so
we've
no.
just gone through daylight saving, so our days are getting longer.
The clock's
feeling
switched.
warmer.
We got one
I've
less
got
hour of
this-
sleep.
I know, but it's sunny at night time.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit too warm
Overdressed?
for this. This is how warm it is. I'm going to strip out.
Now we've just lost the remaining viewers that were like, I just wanted to watch some rugby.
Well, we got a TP.
Anyone who skipped through like this part using the timestamps
Yeah.
has gone, holy hell, he's stripping.
Oh, jeez. But then it's slightly in between because now, if anything, I'm a touch brisk now.
I actually had that the other day walking with the kids because it's school holidays.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
walking from one destination to another, and I just said to them, it was a boring conversation. Why I'm telling you this, I don't know, but I was just like, kids, I'm too hot wearing this jacket, but when I take it off, I feel a bit chilly.
Maybe you're one of those guys that needs to rock a puffer vest, a sleeveless puffer vest.
Maybe, yeah.
I always took the piss out of those people with that.
I need like a long sleeve T-shirt thing. Yeah.
Well, as you know, they wear the whole thing, and then
Yeah,
their
the
arms
arms are
are
just
free.
exposed.
It's just like get really cold here, but the arms,
Yeah.
they need some air.
Yeah, my wife always found that strange about New Zealand, how like you
Yeah.
can see people in these huge jackets and then like shorts and no shoes on. She's like,
Yeah,
what is
just
wrong with
keep
you
your
people?
your
Core
nice and warm. I'd often find, during the winter when you're like got layered up, and you got your shirt on, you got a jumper on, you got a jacket on over the top, and then one thing that I've discovered as I got old, we're going into some seriously boring chat today. This
is how we
if
lead.
you can hold on
Were you
this.
coming along for us to talk about Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu
Fuck
breaking that
noise.
record? No,
I'm going to talk to you about
old man chat.
the power of rolling your sleeves up just to cool yourself down. Getting a bit of air onto those forearms really just cools down your whole body. It's quite exceptional. Do you find that? Have you ever done that?
I find
Feel a little bit hot under the collar, just roll up the
I
sleeves
find
and
I'm
then
quick to
cool down.
overheat when I walk.
Really?
Like I can be like sitting there on the computer, rugby stats, freezing with like 6 layers on.
Yes.
And then as soon as I walk like 100 meters, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, I'm melting over here.
And yeah, that's why you see Mark walking down Lincoln Road in a mankini.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's quite a sight.
It is. To behold, people beep their horns at me. Take it off.
Take it off, would you? How much for a good time, Marky?
Big fella. Oh, little fella.
Exactly. How can a man so tall?
Yeah, I thought proportions were supposed to be. Your shoes are so big. What happened there?
Is it the opposite with tall fellows? Apparently midgets have a well proportioned Like they're generously proportioned. You can't say midgets anymore.
Oh, that's offensive.
Ah, shit. Dwarfs. Oh, can you say that?
I think so. You can get away with it for now.
Little people?
Probably.
I'd rather be called a dwarf than... to be fair, I'm not a dwarf or a little person. So who am I to say? But I feel like little person just sounds a little bit condescending. I call my daughter a little person.
This is true.
Do
you call her a dwarf or no?
No, I don't call her that because she's not.
Right.
But she is a little person. And I'd say like, oh, do you mind? I'm bringing a little person along. And they say, leave your dwarf at home. And I'm like, no, I mean my daughter.
I feel like there are some pretty serious eggshells we're walking on right now.
We need to tread lightly on these eggshells.
Yeah.
I'm not so good at that.
Get yourself cancelled on my channel.
Oh, boy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your listeners being
outraged?
Absolutely outraged. We haven't poured a beer yet.
This is a surprising turn of events.
Should we pour a beer? We don't have a sponsor.
On such a epic episode.
Yeah,
if you want to sponsor next week's one, where the rugby championship will be decided, get in touch with me. The email address is down in the description. That's how bad I am at selling myself. I start to stutter as soon as I'm trying to get people to fork over some cold hard cash.
Give us your cash.
You buy some beers and we'll promote your business.
You sounded like, what's that character from the Muppets? Who's like Beaker's... Is it Beaker? Yeah, you sound like Beaker.
I talk for a living.
Yeah, you do a good job talking for a living as well, mate.
Talk a lot of nonsense.
I was in Mangawhai over the weekend.
You were? Where's Mangawhai for the good people at home?
It's about an hour and a half, or hour and 20, hour and 15 north of Auckland.
Was it a bit warmer?
Yeah, it was a touch warmer.
The north has got a reputation for being a touch warmer.
The winterless north.
Yes. The opposite of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's right. It was actually really nice up there. Did a couple of very nice walks. Did a walk along the cliff tops of Mangawhai Heads. We got to the very end of it and then had to wait for the tide to go out before we could get back along the beach.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those sketchy walks. If you get the tides wrong, you can
be stuck there for a wee while.
You can get yourself right in the pooch. Yeah, you don't want to screw the pooch there, so we had to wait only about half an hour. Okay. And then it's just bouldering all the way back. I'm not like saying like I'm rock climbing, but you're just
going over boulders.
Stepping over boulders. You know, like a good little rocky walk. You ever do those growing up?
Yeah. Go to the beach, walk on some rocks, look for some
crustaceans,
basically.
Lift up some rocks, see some crabs.
Gotta love them crabs.
Find a lady or a fella, get some crabs, you know. Crabs any way you want them.
Growing up in New Zealand.
That's right. But Mark, other things have happened this week. Would you like to let me know of anything else that is?
It's cool. I saw Bad Guys 2 today with my children. The film.
Right. I've got my daughter this week.
Okay. School holidays, parenting.
Yeah, it's real. How's it going for you? Is the struggle how real on a scale of 1 to 10?
The weekend was full on just because of so much rugby, but the week's not too bad. I almost wish they could just spread the rugby games out throughout the week.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to have one game on a Saturday or one game on a Sunday or one game on a Monday. Just give me a game just every day.
Yeah,
and it might be hard to get crowds to attend because I got to go to work.
Yeah, but not everybody. But this is the Mark from 2 Cents' schedule.
Other sport, some sports like basketball and NHL and stuff, they just play every goddamn day.
Yeah. It's all the time.
But rugby thing is such a full contact sport.
NRL goes Thursday night.
Thursday through Monday, right?
Yeah, Thursday to Monday, which is kind of good because
you don't cram as much into such a short time.
Speaking of the NRL, the reign is over.
The Panthers.
The Panthers finally.
By the Broncos.
Look at you.
Oh, look at the rugby league knowledge. This guy can read a sports headline.
It was a hell of a game. They were up 14-0.
Didn't watch a second of it.
Oh, you're missing out. The drama, the
I feel
tension.
like I'm not, though.
Yeah, you are. Oh, it's so good. So good.
How does it compare to Chile against Samoa, though?
I didn't watch that.
20,000 rabid Chilean fans.
Fucking awesome, eh?
Yeah, they love it.
Cool. It was on my things of stuff I've got to watch, but I just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
There just wasn't enough time. But there's just so much rugby to watch. I watched everything else though,
including all 8 URC games which started this week.
Not a second of those.
We'll be playing everyone's favourite game a bit later, the return
of post-match
predictions.
Tony's post-match predictions.
Yeah.
I had a cracking season last year.
You were doing pretty well. Maybe we should start keeping score.
Yeah, we should keep score. I feel
Get
like
a spreadsheet out.
Yeah.
I love a good spreadsheet.
I have zero idea of what the scores were.
There we go. Doesn't make the news
Hold
headlines
on.
over here. You might have...
I know one.
oh,
I know one. Leinster lost.
right.
Because I saw something on Reddit, people like loving the fact that Leinster lost.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
That would have been. I couldn't. If I claimed to have picked that through and the game, then that would have been unfair.
True. Okay.
And I didn't watch a second of. I watched the. No, I didn't watch a second of the NPC.
No, I saw a bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a bit of your. I saw a bit of that game actually.
Yeah, I was going to watch it, but I was out on my walk.
Okay.
And then it was in my friend group someone going, fucking Harbour. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, no, I was I with it? What day was that on?
Saturday?
Saturday.
Yes,
my dad was around.
That's
That's why we were watching it, because my dad was around for a live stream for the All Blacks game.
He loves a bit of NPC, doesn't he?
Yeah. As soon as you go home, put the TV on. There's some rugby. All right.
All
right, Dad.
All right, old fella. Let's get into
that rugby.
Yeah, get into that good rugby. Should we get into that good rugby rather than sort of dancing around the topic? Should we get some hard hitting and analysis? We got a comment last week.
Okay.
We got a few comments last week, and one of them I felt really bad about it because he said, "Love the podcast. Or,
Yes.
I really enjoy it. You guys are really knowledgeable and insightful." And I was like,
okay.
and he was like, "But can you just?" It just sounded like a nice guy. Can you just tone down like the sexual innuendo and swearing?
Right.
And I was like, fuck me, Dad. Screw me in the ass and call me Roger. I would love to. But
I find it a bit hard.
I find it really hard.
We tend to go a little less sweary on my channel.
Although I just really plunged into something.
Yeah, we tend to.
Yeah,
although
right.
the lines have been getting a bit blurred in more recent times as I've kind of eased up a bit on that.
Yeah, I used to have to blip any swearing on yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, and as we've eased up, YouTube's got harder on it.
Yeah, YouTube's really
YouTube
quite
hates the swearing.
strict about the swearing now. It just doesn't show.
It's like a dad from the 1950s.
Yeah.
You get a real clip round the ear for swearing.
Yeah. So, if you've seen this video,
Yeah, but I appreciate that guy. He sounds like I can imagine.
Yeah, there was someone else on one of our 2 weeks ago who said like, oh, can you guys just please just tone the swearing down a bit? It's ruining it for me.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
I'm a natural swearer.
I'm a natural swearer, and we're just two guys hanging out, just having a chat,
about some rugby.
I can imagine my old man would be like that. He'd like to laugh and like a bit of code and stuff. But he was a good God-fearing Catholic man who, I never occasionally in traffic I'd hear the odd little bit in here. But very, very rarely, and I can imagine him just being like,
it's a bit too much.
Do they have to do it?
Right. Okay.
I made him very Catholic, which he wasn't. But yeah. So sorry for you guys. Just maybe we can try and get them to swearing alert. That would be a lot of editing.
Yeah. No, you don't like that.
No, I don't. I really don't. Anyway, rugby.
Do we go with the big obliteration or do we go with the big bladders low? Dealer's choice.
Host choice.
Okay.
It's on your channel.
Let's go with the BOK game.
Boy, oh boy.
Because I wrote those notes first.
Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu is a generational talent and could be somebody that we talk about in the same ilk, if not even an ultimate argument like the LeBron, Kobe, Jordan argument with the likes of Dan Carter. If he can stay on this particular trajectory and he gets the game time to be able to show us how good he actually is.
Yeah.
But as somebody who can just appreciate running, flair, perfect skills, seems like an incredible complete package.
Yeah.
And I'm incredibly jealous. He will never ever play for a single team that I support. Which sucks ass. So I'm always just going to be like, oh, God.
He's so good, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't even like... And people like, we can appreciate when he's a neutral.
Yeah.
I love you, South Africa, but this is my respect to you guys. I'm always cheering against you. Whenever because they're our biggest rivals, and they're just so... Sometimes you just want...
What if it's England?
I'm going England.
For real?
Yeah, I'm going England.
South African fans aren't going to like that because
I want an upset.
They want the Southern Hemisphere like.
Oh,
You know,
Well, the World-
solidarity.
My perfect way for you guys to end the World Cup is losing in a semi-final to Argentina while we beat Australia. Or actually, losing in a semi-final to us would be more satisfying.
So 2015.
That was lovely. That was very, very nice. But because they're just so far and away above everybody else, like, and they're our greatest rivals, I just want, you know, when they play anybody, I'm like, I just want them to be sort of cut down a little bit. But they're just so good. So good. And
I think there'd be quite a few
good.
people who would understand that feeling from the flip side of watching that great era of All Blacks. You know,
yeah.
Whenever they lost, you'd be feeling a bit of, that's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Seeing Richie
Yeah.
get a loss for a change.
Have to give in, you know, a little bit of a loser speech at the end of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
I can
we can
understand
tell,
that.
we can see, and it's still prevalent when the All Blacks lose, people still like watching us go, ugh.
Very much so.
But that was just such a fantastic second half performance.
Yeah.
The first half was tight. They were lucky to have the lead at the end of the first half. Like, they got that... Can you explain how the timings worked at the end of that first half? How the...
Because it was a penalty try. And I think the try had been scored before the hooter,
Right.
or before the timekeeper's clock goes to 40 minutes.
It was like
because there's no conversion. Someone mentioned this in the comments. Like, this is a time when the penalty try, having the conversion come for free, is actually
advantageous.
Yeah, it's been advantageous to the team which conceded it.
You boot it and...
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, the guy who made that comment said, like, you know, should they adjust the laws that, like, the team who scored the penalty try has the option to, like, get an extra minute? Like, I don't think so. I think you just need to tackle the team that's...
you don't let them score when they've got one less player on the pitch as well.
Yeah.
And Argentina were never going to win that game the way that
That's the thing, like,
the Springboks played in the second
It's
half.
interesting that you said, like, yeah, they're kind of in it. The scoreline was... But both of Argentina's tries, like a penalty try, yep, that's one, and then the freak try that they got from Chocobates, from Colby's. Like, it wasn't like Argentina pressurized the box heaps.
It was a stroke of luck.
That one was a bit lucky.
Yeah, it really, really was. Like,
that is, like, we have both seen collectively a number of rugby games.
Never seen anything like
Never seen anything quite like that.
Well, it wasn't like outrageously exceptional. Well, it was just so nonchalant, nothing.
Every now and again, you see guys muck up. Like, you see guys, like, the shot clock expires.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, sorry, your time's up. You've seen Bernard Foley with the, you used too much time to take your kick, blowing it up.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, what is it, like, if you take a mark and you start moving forward, the other guys are allowed to come tackle. Every now and again, you see guys just being a little bit too casual.
A little bit too... Even, like, you'd see it more often where a guy is trying to put the ball down in the in-goal area and does a bad pass and it gets... and it goes to a try, or a guy doesn't tap it down because he's waiting for it to go dead, and somebody gets a try.
You've seen it in sevens where I think, like, the guy's already into the opposition's in-goal area, wants to give his mate the try, so he passes it to him, but it's forward. Like, it still counts as a forward pass.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I think...
What was it? Was he just, like, trying to, like, just...
He was just trying to give it to his teammates.
And
so they could take the dropout. But he just decided, instead of passing it or punting it or running it to them, I'm going to drop kick it.
Because it's another way to get the ball to them. And he just dropped without thinking, just like you're at training, basically. Yeah. This is my mode of transport for this ball. I'm just going to give it a little cheeky drop in.
Yeah. There were a handful of kind of rabid fans who hate Angus Gardner from South Africa who were like, he knew he's not trying to restart the game. Blah, 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 blah. He hates us. But I was just like,
what? No.
I think it's just one of those ones where it's technically correct.
Yeah.
And even Rusty was like, that was a brain fart.
Yeah.
He said it's by the laws because the Argentinian guys were standing behind the 5 meter line. He drop kicked it. It
is what it is. Do you think it's against the spirit of the game?
You could make an argument that the Argentinian guys going for that is against the spirit of the game, but it's just like it's one of those ones where it's just like, don't do it. Just don't do it.
It's a massive gift horse. Like, you can't slap it that much of a gift horse in the mouth. He's literally just drop kicked the ball to you. Yeah, it was weird because we didn't. When you watch it live,
you're not thinking it. Some guys mentioned that, like, in the comments of my match review, were like, as soon as he drop kicked it, they were thinking like, what have you done? Like, I didn't click at the time. I was just like, oh, he's just...
I didn't even see a drop kick because it cuts away from him, and then it cuts to... It's not Albinos, it's...
Chocobatas.
No. Sorry, it cut to the... Who started? Who was the starting first five for the...
Oh, Carreras.
Yeah, it's cut to Carreras, and you saw Carreras going,
Yeah.
And you're like, what the...
What happened
and
there?
then they were like, they're claiming a try. Something odd's happened here.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the whole rigmarole and litigating it, and it's clearly a try. There's no argument. Well, there's no argument technically against it. It's just a very weird moment. And the Argentinians, to their credit, were doing the same sort of thing they've been doing in a lot of games recently, getting 3 points when they're on offer, keeping that scoreboard ticking along, staying in it. And then you thought once Marks collapsed that more, came in the side, and you thought, oh, they're going to go in with a cheeky first half lead. Well, it's all to play for in the second half. And then
Sacha did.
Just that step to get that try.
I felt like Sacha, maybe because
incredible.
I think Sacha was the intended recipient of that Colby dropkick. Maybe he was like, I got to do this for Cheslin. Like, I need to bail this guy out.
Yeah, it was. There were so many wonderful, classy touches that he had.
Yeah,
like
his cross kicks.
There was one little grubber through. They had advantage from a scrum or something, and then he did his little grubber through. Almost regathers it, and then but puts another foot on a kick on it, and then the Argentinian player does an incredible slip catch, and you were like, just that little piece of skill that didn't get even highlighted. You were just like,
ooh, could have been something.
Filthy, real filthy. It felt like it's just so much time and class and speed and just electric footwork.
The great thing about him is
acceleration.
I think the reason he gets compared to DC so much is that he is genuinely like that all-round guy who just seems to have everything. Like there's heaps of good 10s around the world who are good at like one thing,
but he's an incredible runner,
proper game manager, or like ice in their veins, always kicks their goals or whatever. But to have seemingly the complete package is pretty rare. He's attacking brilliantly with his footwork, with his gas,
elusive.
He can play multiple positions. He's got the goal kicking for the most part. Oh man, he was good.
It's like just his vision, that try that he scored from the long kick that you thought, oh, maybe the 50-22's on here. And then he just gasses everybody, including Caden and Moody. Tells Caden to step back and regathers it. Like, just a vision to be able to see that was on. Exceptional player, and a person that I fucking hate. I know he seems like a lovely fellow, but like he is going to be such a fucking.
You've got at least 10 more years of this.
Yeah, he is a pain in the arse. He's going to be like. There's no upside for how talented that guy is. Like, you get to watch him. I can watch highlights of Jordan if I want to have greatness on your side. You don't want to play the way it is. It's great for the game, and the game's built on stars, and that guy is a star. Just hopefully he stays injury free. And can light it up. Hopefully some French club just plays him some incredible
grinds him into the ground.
Incredible amount of money. Gets every cent out of him, and he can barely represent South Africa anymore. There's no way that he's ever gonna. What's the best case scenario for a representative team that he could support that I could get behind? The Barbars at the end of his career. I'd be like, go.
Maybe he comes Sacha. To like slum it down in Super Rugby for a year and plays for the Blues.
Comes down to the Blues, give him a bit of Blues experience. I don't see it happening.
Me neither. I don't think we could afford him.
No, but what a player. And you got one there. They really do. Unless who's a player that launched onto the international scene and then just somehow fell
out. Yeah, there'd be a few examples. Not that I can think of any off the top of my head, but
there would be. Who am I thinking? Isaiah Tuiava.
Yeah, true. He was going to be the next big thing.
People were very excited about him.
Yeah. Johnny Sexton's had a few, like, this guy's going to be the successor for Johnny Sexton. Like, it's going to be this guy. It's going to be this guy. None of them.
I like Crowley the most.
Yeah. But it's not like Crowley is, like, taking the world by storm, like, in the way.
Sexton's greatest part of his game was his game management.
For sure.
So And that came with experience. Mm-hmm. So a lot of time and he was there at a crucial time where they went from a middling team to being one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, he rode that wave as well. It was a big part of pushing them forward. But with Sacha, I mean, Rusty mentioned in the post-match, because like obviously the media were all fawning over him like we are now. But Rusty kind of said, like, you know, this is built on his experience. Like, this is built on mistakes that he's made, poor kicks that he's had, poor decision making. Like, each one of those experiences in the jersey has, you know, accumulated that experience, which means he gets to this level, and he needs him to kind of keep doing it. 23? I think it's the same age as DC had that Lions tour, like, stuff.
2005. Oh, yeah. And
that's the match that it's getting compared to a lot, because...
Well, it's not... Well, the only thing I'll say is, no offence to Argentina.
The British and Irish Lions is a bigger occasion.
The British and Irish Lions in a second test, like, where the whole world is watching. Like, it was an incredible performance, and the greatest point scoring
for a
Springbok of all time. It's nothing to be sniffed at, but I think in terms of like historic significance,
Sacha's probably got bigger games to come than that one.
I think he's got much bigger games to come than that one. Like that would be great for his a number of tries on his highlight reel, but I don't think anyone's going to be like, well, they will go. They'll remember that game just for how dominant it was and the fact it's got the record.
Yeah.
But just in terms of its significance as a game of footy.
And as a 23-year-old, he's going to have games that'll be more memorable than that one.
He'll play the Lions again. He'll go to multiple more World Cups.
Yep.
Oh, God. I can't stomach the idea of the BOKS winning to another World Cup. Oh, that'll really shit my
Maybe they'll emulate New Zealand and have like a dominant team suddenly between World Cups. They'll do like a 2007 New Zealand side.
Yeah, 2007 was... There was no way that team of paper could lose, and they lost.
Were stacked.
That was a fucking amazing team, but they lost. Yeah.
Colby also redeemed himself with a pretty nice, scorching try.
Came on and did some lovely footy, lovely touches, lovely try, lovely passing.
His pass is a ripper.
Lovely. Where does this bloody leave?
Peter Steph-Tutoy got 2 tries in that game for a loose forward. Like, tackled the house down.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh well, Sacha.
Where does this leave our man Andre? Like, the Iceman.
I think Rusty will still have a place for him. I think he's still going to keep rotating. I don't think he's just going to go right at Sacha from here on out. But I think Andre's minutes surely have to start diminishing.
The only thing that Sacha will have in his way is the fact that he's got Mane Lebok, who's on his day one of the best facilitators of beautiful rugby in the world, and a 2-time winning Iceman who is reliable as like flies on shit. And Andre Pollard. So he's got these 2 like really amazing options. It's like if Dan Carter was playing in the same era as Mertz and Grant Fox or something, you know. Like,
well, I mean, he played a little bit with Spencer for a while. I remember Spencer was playing 10 and he was playing 12 for a little while. So it's like playing with
Mertz and he kind of came at the back end of that era, but if he was right
in the middle of it, kind of
more in the middle of that sort of Carlos Mertz era. Like Mertz was our sort of Andre, not that he had the World Cup record, but he was certainly he was a great All Black. Yeah, very, very good player. But Dan Carter was just that next level. But Mertz came at the end of us going, we need to find someone. We were looking for somebody at that stage. Carlos was on the end of his career. They were toying with Dan at the midfield at the start. He was playing
he was playing 12.
He was playing a lot of 12. And then who else was sort of up for number 10? His major rivals in the 10 jersey were just, Slade McFarlane? No, not Slade McFarlane. Colin Slade, Beaver. He was so much better than these guys.
Yeah.
But who else was really in there?
I feel like a bit earlier there were some of the older guys who would have been up for that. But I just remember him playing with Carlos for a while.
Yeah. But he was just streets ahead of everybody. His only thing was when he'd go out with injury, that's when we would get Beaver up a bit.
Yeah.
Beaver played a fair few tests.
Yeah, we had a thing where it was just like if Dan gets injured, if Dan gets injured. I mean, at the moment, the Boks go, well, if Sacha gets injured, we'll just play Mane or just play Andre. They've still got...
How old's Andre now?
Andre's in his early 30s.
So he's still got a bit of...
Could still go easily to another World Cup.
And he's the sort of player that, not to no offense to him, but I mean it's not compliment.
The aging is not going to detract from his game so much.
He can play in a dinner suit a little bit. Like he's got so much time and space, and but like Sexton, and Sexton could play for ages.
Well, he doesn't rely on his gas.
Yeah, he just was such an incredible game manager and slotted the points when you needed them.
We'll see, man. They're looking pretty good.
Argentina, what do you think of them? First half, not bad. Stuck in it.
Yeah, but like I said, they still. I mean, the Albon try was nice in the second half. They scored a nice one. That was Malia nice. With the little pop pass. I want to see more of that from Argentina, man. Like they've not scored that many tries this Rugby Championship. I mean, to score 3 away from home against this BOKS team. It's still pretty good. Not many teams get 30 against the BOKS when they're playing like that. So you can't be too hard on them, but I want to see
their
them.
Defense, but you can be hard on their defense.
Yeah, 67 points. 67 points. They'll not be happy with some of that. I mean,
if Georgia plays the BOKS tomorrow, they're going to hope they'll be aiming to do as well as they can, obviously. But if Georgia conceded 67 points, they'd be like, ugh.
Yeah,
you know, it's not up to But when the BOKS just get going, like we saw in the first 20 minutes against the Aussies.
Multiple games this season. Imagine if they did that for 80.
Yeah, that's the thing, eh?
Yeah.
Jeez, that could have been a 100-point game. It's similar to... I've wanted to say this reminds me of what great teams do, but it's kind of reminds me of what the All Blacks used to be able to do, where teams would be in it for like 50, 60 minutes, and then they just go, we're just going to play a little bit harder now. Yeah. And like, they'd just be able to press that button, and the intensity would go up, the skill level would go up, and they'd just be able to... Like, we watched a little bit of the highlights before this. The ruck ball was just
so quick.
Outrageous. Yeah. Like... No team in the world is living with them in that second half, or living with how they played in the second half of the Wellington game.
Or the start of the Ellis Park game.
They're just a really fucking good footy team at the moment. Eh?
It is really easy to compare them to that All Blacks team of old because of the way they are being so ruthless, and because it looks like they've got the talent to go through for quite some time.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's disconcerting.
Fuck.
They're very good. They're very good. We're going to be...
And we're not.
We're going to be chomping down on some humble pie for a wee while, it seems to be.
No, mate, we're going to cut. Are we? Who knows? Don't give up on us, mate. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Oh, honey, since you knocked on my door.
They have got a few guys who are kind of at the tail end of their careers. They got some early 30-year-olds and whatnot.
The pack is a bit older. So if they get
like Evans in his 30s, Khaleesi's in his 30s, Pollard's in his 30s, even though he's one of the backs. Peter Steff's in his 30s. Malcolm Marx is in his 30s, I think. Yeah, there's a bunch of them who have got at least one more World Cup. And then they'll need to... But Russie's been pretty good at doing the balancing the rotation. I mean, he gets a bit of shit when they lose, and he's been tinkering because don't tinker. But it's kind of like, well, I have to tinker at some point.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite to what what's his name, Farrell has been doing.
Yeah, Andy Farrell's very Mr. Consistent. The BOKS were like that for a while. Like they've had this 2019 through to 2023 team, which was pretty consistent. I did the depth charts every year. It was like very, very consistent. Yeah. They had a main guy in most positions that you could be like, this guy is the starter, this guy's the bench guy, and the third guy doesn't get fuck all time.
Yeah.
But he is starting to tinker more.
It was like they played incredibly conservatively in 2019, and Russie was just like trying to get a decent result, a semi-final.
He was trying to turn the ship around, right? Because they were...
And they fucking... Like, we beat them in the pool stages of that year. I think I was going to irritate Spock fans, but I feel like our 2019 team played England team that played the game of their lives in that semi-final. The England team played so much better in that semi-final than they did in the final.
I feel like... Didn't Eddie prep them for New Zealand?
Yeah. And
Eddie's really good at... Like, he prepped Japan for South Africa, and he prepped England for us.
And we beat South Africa, not convincingly, but like... with a bit of breathing room, but more than...
We're going to get into ref chat a bit later with the Bledisloe, but there are some who would tell you we only won that game because of the ref, just so you know.
I think the Wallabies have a few ref complaints that are valid this week, but I think our 2019 team beats that South African 2019 team at a World Cup.
Maybe it was a bit of rock, paper, scissors.
You know why I know that? Because they beat them at a World Cup. But my point basically was the fact that team was a team that was on the build, and then they squeaked out a fucking World Cup win out of it, and then deservedly won by a point against 14 men in the 2023 World Cup, and now they're looking the best they've looked like when they've got things right.
So now they're getting World Cups even when they're not at their best.
Yeah, so now this is the whole picture that's come to a fore, which he's been building to. So it's kind of a little bit terrifying. I'm trying to compliment you by giving you a few insults on the way. How's that?
Backhanded compliments from Tony.
Yeah. Well, they're amazing right now. And and to be fair, one of my biggest complaints about them has been they've been dog shit boring to watch. But that was nothing. That was so not dog shit boring. It was exceptional, beautiful, classy, skillful, fast. I can't criticize it. I can't criticize the shit out of like endless bot kicks and penalties, and I still don't really like using. It's a totally valid thing, but personally, I don't like you. It just seems a bit boring. Well, not boring, but just I personally don't like it as using the scrum as a
weapon,
as a
platform to get
a harvesting tool for penalties.
Right.
It's just for me, I'd like it as a restart. But hey, that's not the game. The rules are that you should use it as to do the right thing. If my team was doing that, would I be like, oh, I don't like getting penalties? But it's such a weapon. Like, it really, really is. Anyway.
They love a scrum.
I'm rambling.
They're in the box seat for the Rugby Championship.
Yeah, I don't see... There's been such a weird tournament. Who knows what's going to happen next, but
You can't see the Pumas rolling them and twicking them?
I don't see it happening, no. I think if they're building to they're building on their performances. I think they're getting better and better at each game. So I could see them absolutely fucking trouncing the Argentinians.
Over in Twickenham.
Yes. But we'll see. Argentina have been nothing if not surprising.
For sure.
So
they love being the underdog.
Yeah, if they can frustrate and get some jammy tries and accumulate points and, and what's the name of their coach again?
Contepomi.
I think he's got a bit of magic juice in him as well, so we'll see what they do.
You're saying he's on steroids?
If he is, good to him. Good luck to him. He's allowed to be, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it matters for the coach.
Yeah, he's juiced up.
He's juiced up. Oh, I've just thought of a new play.
He smacks the table and it breaks in half. Like,
Well done, South Africa.
Well done.
67 points to 30.
Yeah, incredible.
Bit of a hiding.
Pumping.
We played.
Yes.
Bladders Low Cup.
Yeah, we won it.
No. Apparently we bought it.
Oh, we bought it.
We paid the ref.
Yes.
To gift us the game.
We got some calls, that's for certain, at crucial times. I think there was a couple, 2 or 3 crucial calls that went our way at very, very crucial times. And crucially, James O'Connor made some really bad decisions, had bad errors at bad times. And then other than that, both teams had really bad discipline for long periods of the game. We started nicely. We started the game nicely. Older Ronnie Clark
belting out the anthem. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, what a legend.
What a set of lungs on him.
Yeah, got it done. Actually, as it was going, I was like, this is quite a moment. And then I was watching on this fucking Airbnb in Mangawhai, and then it started buffering.
Oh,
and I was like,
that takes away from it.
So I didn't actually. So then I was just like, so then the internet collapsed to the place it was, and then I just started hotspotting off my phone to my laptop. So I just watched on my laptop for the rest of the game. So I missed the anthem.
Oh.
But I watched it after the game. First thing I did.
You went back and rewatched that part. I gotta go see this guy.
First thing I did when the game ended, I was like, I want to watch the anthem.
How many times in your life have you ever gone back to rewatch the anthems?
I've never seen an All Black sing the anthem.
There you go.
Yeah, and because I watched maybe the first 10 seconds of it.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, Caleb didn't know.
Yeah, didn't know. That's quite cool.
Yeah, it was lovely.
He said after the game, he's like, I know that voice, and then he realised it was his dad. Even though they had announced over the PA system, they were like, former All Black, you're running black.
But imagine you're in your zone, you're like, you're not giving a shit
some joker's going to
some joker from the latest performance of Oliver Twist. You don't really listen to it. But no, they came out with a rip-roaring start, and it continued to be a fantastic little afternoon for the Clarks.
Yeah, Clark got a try really early on, 4 minutes in.
Got in there, and boy, I like seeing him on the wing, and I think this wing combination of Leroy Carter and Caleb Clark is a nice one.
That's the guy. Although Caleb got injured in that game.
Fucking, it's a hip drop. Fucking, they need to get rid of that tackle. Like, they don't allow hip drops in NRL. They don't allow hip drops in AFL, I don't think. And I think there's even a ruling around blowing NFL around the hip drop. We're the only bloody contact sport that doesn't really identify. That's weird, because usually we opt to be stricter than league. There's some hits I'll see in league, and I'm like, holy crap, that's a red card in rugby. And they're like, that's a good hit. Yeah. But then the league, there was a scuffle, and there was some guy just flew in and took a guy to the head and down, and that's immediate red card. And they went, all right, we ran and he shouldn't. We're going to give a penalty the other way, but fuck, get on with it, play, boys.
Really?
Yeah, it's great to see. And then the commentators were like, finals footy, love it. Because they're like,
let the boys play.
Because they were just like, any other Sunday of the year, that's in the bin. But
finals footy, let them play.
Yeah, which I kind of love. But no, the hip drop. But I've shown you a few hip drops, right?
Have.
And they go, "That's a hip drop," and you go, "It just looks like you didn't even really understand."
No, I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, so it's for anyone who doesn't know, a hip drop is when a player is coming at you, or you're coming to the side of a player, and you're going for a sort of a traditional tackle. But instead of just driving through the tackle and forcing your tackle and tackling them to the ground, you use your body weight, you throw your legs in the air, and you come down on their hind legs as they're running, which, you can basically break a leg, break an ankle, and it can, do serious damage. Similar to what Bongi and Benambi, how he went off in Frizzell in the World Cup final? It's because he went down on a limb.
Right.
That's the sort of injury that happens
when all their body weight falls upon a limb.
Falls upon a limb. But yeah, it's not so much a thing in Union, but it's a big
deal in the NRL.
Big deal in the NRL. They go, that's a hip drop, and those guys get time in the bin, suspensions and all sorts. But we just don't.
It's not. We don't cop it. It's not even a conversation. I've never even heard it. Being a thing.
The hip drop. But it's a different. They're more regular in. I think in league it's like a lot of everyone's 10 meters back. So it's very much a collision sport.
Yeah.
So, and it's all just tackles. There's no ruck. There's no contesting for the ball or anything like that. And there's no one off the ruck running or something like that. That basically all the collisions are coming from a minimum of 20 meters.
Yeah.
Whereas you're basically got sometimes 1.5, 3 meters or something like that. So it's actually quite a lot, and it's a lot of low body weight and stuff. So it's actually a lot harder to get to the hind legs. But it can still absolutely happen. Blokes do get themselves in space.
Right.
So yeah, and it landed on his ankle, and that's the ankle that was bad. Is he going to be all right for next week?
I don't think so.
Shithouse.
Yeah. We also lost Bodie.
Yeah, shoulder, eh? So that's no good.
But Roygaard's back.
Oh,
we really needed Roygaard.
We look so much better with Roygaard.
Yeah.
I want to see Roygaard play the box way more. He's a great talent. He really, really is. He's world class. But we've just got to somehow turn his skeleton into titanium or vibranium, or
he's
go
had
to
a few
Wakanda.
injuries.
He's injury prone, which is the worst thing you can say about.
He needs a good run of I'm going to play 2 seasons and not have any long term.
Yeah, because you still feel like we haven't seen him
for a full campaign.
And that was the same. He's had so many long injury breaks, hasn't he? But when he gets out there, there's no warming up into it. He's just full
fire
noise.
And brimstone.
And just such a threat with ball in hand.
Yeah.
His pass is fucking
lethal. His pass is good. He's a big physical ball carrier as well.
Yeah.
For a halfback.
Really, really want to see the Roygaard. Matt DuPont is I'm still definitely going to say DuPont's a better player.
Yep.
But I want to see that battle. I want to see those guys go hammer and tongs a few times.
I think we've seen it at least once, right? And Rickard looked good. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. That guy also needs to keep his development going and just stay injury free.
He's been injured since he made his debut. He could have almost played every test since if he was injury free, because he's had the form, but he's missed way more tests than he's played. Just through injury. It's been an absolute shitter of a start for him, unfortunately.
But he scored 2.
He scored 2. Leroy scored 1.
Wee bit of halfbacks kind of pick and go.
Yeah, he
played halfback
played halfback. And then Caleb scored 1.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, hey, could be a stress-free little afternoon here.
We were up by what, 20
points to 3.
Yeah,
17-point lead.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, Eden Park, Bledisloe. Happy days.
This is what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we beat Australians at Eden Park.
Yeah.
We've been 21 times now, and since 1994. But this Australian team, we keep saying it. They've got backbone. They've got that ability to have that dog in them, and they just keep on going.
Imagine if they started games properly.
Oh, fucking hell! Jeez.
They were just too passive at the start. They're like, oh, we're 20 points down. Now we start playing, boys.
And they interviewed Schmitty at the start of the game. They said, what do you think, what's the secret to being such a good team from behind? He said, I want us to start well. I don't know, but if I knew, I'd tell you, but I'd also like to know how we start a game well, because we get ourselves in these massive holes. Yeah. And then he would have just sat there.
He's a great guy at the press conference. He said something else ages ago that was like, they asked him about what'd you say at halftime or something, and it was something like, I need to say that at the pre-match because we're so terrible at the start of games. Might have been after the Ellis Park game. But he's a really good guy to watch in press conferences.
Yeah.
He's a lot smoother than Razor anyway.
Yeah. But you know what else was interesting? They were asking him about what he thought of this All Black team. And he had a really good take on all the players and was talking about them as if he had coached them, which he had.
Yeah.
And then he said, I just want them to win. I want them to win all the time, everyone they play, apart from today. Right. You could tell that he's still very
passionate ABs, man.
Yeah. It was very weird hearing him being kind of like a All Blacks fanboy whilst coaching
the Wallabies.
Yeah.
Well, he's not got much time left with them, but he's still done a good job. I mean, they came back. Pollard got one. They got them all going, close range.
Yeah.
They got one. Then the Ikitau set up Harry Potter for their second, and then suddenly it was game on.
Magic time. My biggest thing there's 2 things here. There's the fact that they're such a great comeback team, and they do it through their grit and their desire, but once they're actually got themselves into really compelling positions to take ownership of the game, they don't have that class at number 10. So I think Jock's done a good job. He's done okay. He had some pretty bad moments. People have been really rough on him, but he had some really nice passes and some good bursts and stuff like that, but some really, really bad glaring mistakes.
Yeah.
But they have Suwali and Ikitau. It's up there with the best looking midfield in world rugby right now, but they don't have a number 10
to
facilitate them. For that. If they had a 10 that was in the top 5 in the world, top 7, top 10.
If you gave them Sacha or Mani or even Andre.
Oh, they'd be outrageous. Chuck them Ruben Love.
Yeah.
Ruben Love's not going to do that, but stay here, Ruben. But it's just such a glaring problem. It's like having an incredible team without a quarterback.
Yeah.
They just don't have that play. And the fact that James O'Connor decided to travel to fucking England
to
and
set
back.
up his apartment.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
It's a brutal trip from this side of the world.
Yeah.
And back within a week.
Yeah.
That's going to have an impact on you.
Because he's going to play for Leicester Tigers. So he wanted to go set up his place and barely get his dog over there and stuff like that.
I flew to China 2 weeks ago.
Which is only a 5-hour difference.
It's only a 5-hour difference. But my sleep patterns, I feel fine. But my sleep patterns have shifted slightly. I'm sleeping in maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour longer than I was before.
You know how I knew you were messed up is because you sent me the podcast link. Like, you send me the podcast. He sends me the podcast file to upload when it's my episode.
Yeah.
He usually sends it the next day at nighttime. So, like, around about 24 hours after we've started recording.
Yeah.
But you sent it to me, like, the morning of? Like, I was like, what the hell? This thing's like 12 hours early. It's because your sleep was buggered from a week of travel.
Yeah, because I was up late. Because because I was just like, well, I'm awake. I may as well just get this thing edited.
Yeah.
And, like, it's... Oh, God, I've got something in my eye. Oh. There's real high drama on this podcast.
Distraction alert.
Oh. Was it an eyelash? This is an intense moment.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, but anyway, what the fuck was he doing? And back. That's
preparing for Bledisloe. No.
It's like a 12-hour plus a 10-hour to get to the UK. And then back. That's 34 hours of travel. No, 44 hours of travel within a week.
Yep.
Whilst, like, doing a bunch of unpacking and moving. That is
moving your dog.
Terrible. That has a absolute chaos on your body.
Someone mentioned, I forget if it was on my channel on Reddit or something, someone mentioned, like, because he made some pretty glaring mistakes in that game.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned, like, James O'Connor is probably the happiest man that the ref had a stinker because he's taken all the focus off his performance and it's all getting focused on the ref.
I think he's still getting a bit of... He's copping a bit
the ref's
of shit.
getting more.
Yeah. The ref did have a couple of bad moments. So I think it actually came from James O'Connor missed touch. We recollected the ball, and then we got to a line out, and I think there was a dodgy call for us to get a penalty. I can't remember what it was, and then we went to a line out maul, and your man Wilson got done for collapsing the maul or something, which he hadn't done. Like, it was actually just he'd gone right through very, very, very legally. And he didn't collapse it. I think it might have been coming in the side or something like that. And then there was what was the call that led to us getting... Because that was the point. It was 2017, and they had all the pressure at
There was a couple of times they got pinged at the breakdown when it looked like their turnovers were pretty good.
Yeah.
Breakdown's a hard one because...
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't even tell from the camera what the ref might have seen.
Yeah.
Like, Piatti's been getting a heap of shit, and he did have a pretty bad game. But it got to the point where... Because I was live streaming it.
Yeah.
And I've never... And my dad was there as well. I felt bad because the amount of shit that the ref was getting in the chat made the whole thing just so poisonous.
It was toxic.
It was the most toxic stream I've ever done. Like, we were actually getting penalised more in the first half.
Yeah, we just couldn't stop giving up penalties, even leading into the first half. Like the start of the second half, we would...
And just quietly, nobody gives a shit when we're on the wrong side of the penalty count. But as soon as they start making mistakes in the favour of the All Blacks, oh my God, it was so toxic.
It was that point where they got that penalty.
But it got to the point where, like, even right calls would be like, oh, fucking ref, like the yellow card for Potter.
Which was a yellow card.
It was a yellow card all day. People were like, oh, he's just gifting it to New Zealand. They've bribed him. And I was like, okay, I know he's had some shit calls.
He puts his hand past the ball and then paddles back.
Yeah, you can't you can't do that.
Yeah, that was a pretty classic. But I don't think he got penalised for that. I think he got...
Penalised for hands in the ruck?
Yeah, he got penalised for... But he should have... He just penalised the wrong thing. He even fucked up the point that he... It was a pretty cynical way that he went past the ball and paddled back and then got done for hands on the ruck, which wasn't technically the right call.
Yeah.
But it was technically... He should have been penalised in that position. But going to 23-17, that was a bad penalty as well for us to get the shot at goal to give us a little bit of breathing room. And they were like hot at our tails.
Yeah, because I think it was Hooper and McCright had ones that looked like, that looks pretty good. Yeah. At least from the angle we could see it on the TV. Yeah. Looked pretty good. And then SAvARG got one later, and it was like, that looks pretty sharp. And it's like, the referee rewarded us for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, people fucking hate that when the All Blacks get the rub of the green, because
I understand.
There are certain rugby narratives that will never... Maybe the BOKS are going to change their one. I was going to say that the BOKS have got the narrative of they're a boring team.
Yeah.
And like, even if they play fun, exciting rugby, people are like, a BOKS boring. Like, this team might actually be changing that narrative.
I think that you can watch that game and say they were boring.
Yeah. But the All Blacks narrative is always that, like, we've never won a game without the referees. How, like, we we won at Eden Park the other week because of the ref against the BOKS.
Oh yeah.
We won this one because of the ref. We're bribing the ref. That narrative goes back as long as I can remember.
It's actually a national GoFundMe. They go around every house and they
We've got an All Blacks game coming up, folks. We need some money for the ref.
Yeah, everyone put in five. Everyone put in a five. There's 5 million of you.
We've got to bribe them.
we can raise a few quid here. 25 million each for each one, basically. Exactly. They get. So you can't blame them. But we still didn't look at all clinical.
Oh, no. I don't think either team looked very good in that game.
No, I feel like
both teams had their moments that were like, "Oh, that's pretty nice. That's a sharp move," but it was a lot of dog shit. And the ref didn't help. The penalty count was high. Yeah. There wasn't really any flow for large periods of the game. I don't think the Wallabies got a chance to test us with the kicking, but when they did, our high ball game actually looked all right for a change.
I just feel like we're clinging on to this Eden Park record with our with our nails,
skin of our teeth.
We're just absolutely clinging on to it, and it feels like it's almost gone beyond our grip, and. I worry about our defence on the line. I felt like every time they got down our end where they were able to convert, I just feel like if Jock kicked a little bit better around the game, they had a world-class number 10 essentially. They had fucking half decent discipline. Because their discipline was poor. The refereeing wasn't great, but also their discipline was poor. They gave away a lot of penalties.
That's what I come back to when people tell me that we only won the game because of the ref. I'm like, hang on. Like, Jock misses 2 clutch penalties for touch, which would have got them in attacking territory.
Especially that second one when they were 2017 out, when they were 2017 down, and it was the start of the second half, they had all the momentum.
You can't be doing that. There's one line out that they had that was it not straight, down our end. It's like you can't be doing that. He's got the kickoff, which he kicks out on the full. I think they missed 40 tackles in that game.
Yeah,
which was like 20 more than they've missed the entire rugby championship. There's so many other things to look at. The ref being shit is a factor, but it's not like the factor for mine. But I look at that. I look at pretty much every game like that. Like New Zealand Rugby Public lost its mind after the 2023 World Cup final. TMO was fucking ruining the game. They lost us the game.
Yeah,
it's like,
there was a lot of buttheadness out there.
You do know Geordie Barrett missed a kick that could have won us the game, right?
And so did Richie Mwanga, by the way. No one ever talks about the Richie Mwanga one.
Yeah. So we had missed. It's like Jock kicks those penalties. Maybe the Wallabies get on front foot. They win the game. You know what I mean? Like there's so many other factors at play. That's the way I try to look at any game, whether it's my team on the right or the wrong side of it.
You're usually pretty impartial.
But can I have just a little bit, one more bit of a whinge?
Go for it.
Because people like seeing us get pinged and don't like us getting the rub of the green, which we did get in that game. But when the Black Ferns played Canada the other week and lost, the Canadians went 60 minutes without conceding a penalty, and the narrative was very good discipline from the Canadians. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if the All Blacks or the Black Ferns hadn't conceded a penalty for 60 minutes, they'd be like, they're getting away with murder. Ref's not seeing shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Positives from the All Blacks. One thing that I will say,
apart from Cam Roigard,
I do believe that we are showing a little bit better cohesion in the back line.
Yeah,
we're showing
and they caught high balls.
The high balls were much better. There seems to be much better backline moves. I'm really liking the look. I reckon your mid-fairing pairing that I want to see start Tupaia and Proctor and Barrett, Geordie is my sort of 12-13 combo.
Do you play Tupaia at 13?
Yeah, I think he's a real great ball carrier.
He was on the wing, but he kept coming in like everywhere and just trying to get his hands on the ball. He was really busy.
He played really, really well. And I feel like things are just starting to click a little bit more than what we were saying. We were, that game that we lost against Argentina, we looked like a backline. We looked like a backline that had never met each other, and it was just woeful. One of the worst backline performances I've ever seen. Yep. Since that point, I think our backline has looked a lot better. But just in terms of our discipline, was still discipline for both teams was shit. Our discipline to let them back into the game. We just were getting pinged and not been able to get out of our area for such long periods. Our game management still seems to be relatively poor.
Yeah.
And it just and losing big moments and big players making bad decisions at bad times as well seems to be a reoccurring occurrence factor. What am I trying to say? But it's certainly not. This is not a golden era of All Black rugby that we're experiencing.
Some
right
would
now.
say, I think some have said that performance papered over the cracks a wee bit.
Yeah, they got to lift up the trophy and feel good about themselves. No harm, no foul. But we're still waiting for that full 80-minute comprehensive clinical performance that you get from the All Blacks once in a while.
Yeah.
I still don't even know, have we seen that? We haven't put any teams to the sword. Like, we could have kicked on. Like, I think for the nation, we'd love to see a solid All Black, a good old-fashioned All Black pumping would be real nice right now. Like, but I don't think we're going to see that next week in Perth. I think that's going to be a cracking game. Well, in terms of like who could win it potentially, but this is not a golden era, is it?
No.
And we were lucky to win it. I still think we were lucky to win it.
Yeah, the Wallabies came back exceptionally well.
Yeah, and if they just had a little bit more composure, they could have got it.
We did make enough tackles to get away with that game. Like it was one of the best, like compared to the BOKS game, where we were just all at sea.
Yeah.
To actually see them get a little bit of kind of like, oh, we're galvanised, we're going to try and hold them up. That's at least a positive.
That was a tick. And as you say, under pressure, and they managed to keep their heads and not
capitulate or like.
I had a real terrible feeling going into that second half. I was like, fuck, we could just so lose this. You know? Fortress is defended for another year.
Yeah.
32 years now, next
Something
year.
like that, yeah.
Who are we playing there next year?
I don't know. They wouldn't have set the fixtures yet.
All right. South Africa can't play there next year, can they?
No, we're going over there.
Oh, we're going there for the
I
greatest.
think of Geordie Barrett with his tip tackle. Some people were calling that a spear tackle, but I don't know what a spear tackle is. And those people must be too young to have remembered the spear tackle era. A spear tackle is where you fucking drive them into the ground like you're stabbing a spear into the ground.
Yeah. I don't think it was a spear tackle. Did he get his legs over the horizontal is the point.
It's probably enough for a penalty, at least.
But did he get his legs over the horizontal? Then the guy puts his hands on the ground to stop himself, so therefore there was a slight angle like that for a moment.
If it had been penalised, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid.
No, I think it's a fifth.
If it had been carded, I would have been like, oh, okay.
If it was carded, I would have been like, geez, Louise.
Because there was a card in the Women's World Cup final, which was fully like she tipped her like she's tipping a point of beer.
And then she stood there and gave the referee gave her a stink eye for ages and had to be escorted by her players off.
Yeah.
Jeez, we haven't talked about any of that yet.
No, we will.
I finished my beers.
Give you another one if you want.
I could, couldn't I? What was I saying? The tip tackle, 50-50, but once again, the 50-50s went our way.
Sometimes that happens. If you flipped a coin, enough times you could get a chance where you just got all five tails.
They went back and they said they checked it, and they went to the TMO and they said it was okay.
I will say Andrea Piatti is not a very good ref. Like I've watched enough of him in the URC and whatnot to be like, he makes a few howlers, and there's a few refs that seem to be on the fast track, and he's one of them for whatever reason.
Is it because he's from
Italy? I don't know.
Yeah,
Holly Davidson's much better than him. Love old Holly.
Did you not see it last week?
I didn't read all the comments about it. People get real aggro about referees.
So much shit. Holly Davidson got so much shit.
People
were throwing shit at me as if I said she was good. I don't even know she is.
I think some people don't like her because she's a woman, but I mean, I don't give too much of a shit about referees.
Yeah. Should we move on to the Women's World Cup?
Yeah, England won 33-13.
The World Cup.
They call it the Women's World Cup now.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
They got a bit of common sense on that one. They were just trying to call it a Rugby World Cup 2025.
Well, I didn't realise it was. Oh, these are the ladies.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I watched the bronze game and it was thoroughly enjoyable.
I didn't even watch that.
The Black Ferns looked incredible for periods of that game.
Where was that team against Canada?
Yeah, where was it? They started so well. They were clinical. They scored some absolute screamers. Some fucking beautiful tries. Defense was just staunch as anything. And then, like, game was we were bloody 45 points up, and then they
bang bang,
and then they'd given like the likes of what's her name,
Portia Woodman,
who roses and give her a big clap off with 20 minutes to play, and then the French didn't get the memo and decided to start scoring tries, and I was like, whoa, and then there was a point where they just went bang 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 bang, and I was like, if they keep going like this rate, and they just seemed like they were just carving us up everywhere, I was like, huh. My heart started going a little bit because it was, they were saying goodbye to their legends and all that sort of stuff. But thankfully, they managed to just slow things down a little bit. And the French the French just came to life, and we just went to sleep. Yeah. But it finished well, still pretty convincing. Right. 46-26. Okay. Yeah. If we played that way against the Canadians in that World Cup, the way that they started the way they finished against the French. When this Black Ferns team goes to sleep, they're really vulnerable. They really press the snooze button, and they really go off. Yeah.
You watched the final?
I did watch the final.
Canada scored first.
What an occasion. Yeah.
Sold out Twickenham.
What's the name of the winger? She's got some gas.
Asia Hogan Rochester.
Yeah, and then she did a little dance, and then the stadium got a little bit squeaky butt
tense
time. Yeah.
For a little bit.
And then it was just a celebration of English women's rugby, which they wholly and completely deserve to enjoy. Yep. There were a couple of moments there where the Canadians looked as though they could get back into the game, but just crucial mistakes.
They were struggling to exit, to be honest. Yeah. They were really struggling to get out of their own half, and England just punished, man. They're really hard. Like, Ellie Kildane is so unbelievably fast. Oh, yeah. And their forward pack is just so able to dominate. At scrum, at maul.
The set piece is just so really good. Yeah. Like, they play like these other teams are really, really good and are professional, but this looks like a team that they're
a few years ahead. It'd be like if a team went back from from 2000 back to 1995 or something. They're just like one cycle ahead or whatever.
Yeah, it feels that way.
4 years more professional or whatever than everybody else.
You're going to get the odd try here and there, but
yeah,
just their ability to do the fundamentals so much better than the other teams at the moment. Yep. I would have really loved to seen how we would have gone up against them if we had our game on. I still think the English would have won.
Yeah, for sure.
Kildane is just a freak, and just so many great players across the park, and fully deserved an incredible record not to have lost a game between World Cups.
Yeah, that's literally from the last World Cup final loss. They've won every single game since then.
Amazing.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Well, who's going to beat them? And they're bringing on talent every year as well. It's not like it's just
the majority of that team.
It's not like they're super old.
The couple of oldies in the squad weren't even in the final team. Yeah, they were in the squad, but not in the. They didn't play in the final.
Yeah.
So they're pretty bloody incredible.
Yeah, no, it's great and awesome. So good to see just a real stacked, beautiful day in London. Looked like stacked Twickenham. 81,000 people
something
there.
Like that, yeah.
So good.
Crazy good.
So good. And well done to the Canadians for getting there, showing the boys how to do it. It would have been nicer to see a slightly more tense World Cup final.
Canada were throwing the kitchen sink at them at one point in the second half to get it back within a score. If they'd scored then, it would have been a better final.
A little bit squeaky,
but because they didn't, and then England went down on the other end and scored, it was like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's going to be a 20-point margin in the final.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a hiding in the end, really.
Yeah, and I think the what year was it when we played? What year is it right now? 2025? When 2025?
Yeah, it was 2021.
And that was a final.
Yeah,
that was like we had to hold them out for
right at the death.
A more
we were lucky
on the line.
Red card in that game.
Yeah,
if 20-minute red cards had been a thing, we'd probably lose that game.
Yeah, exactly. We South Africa did the 20.
that Women's World Cup final.
Yeah. Although you'll never hear a South African say that they were lucky they got Sam Cane got red card. Never heard that take. I've never heard that take.
I haven't. Well done, England.
South Africans don't like the way that I'm able to shoehorn in a South African dig from time to time, regularly. I apologize.
There's a guy
That's 'cause I
on Twitter
appreciate
called Ben Smith, and he's not that Ben Smith.
Yeah.
He makes a career out of just racking up South African fans.
Yeah, it's so
He'll
good.
just be like,
Well, it's funny.
food poisoning. He'll just be like, like 4 versus 14 men.
Yeah.
He just loves and people
rage
bite
bait.
like crazy.
Every time. And then you feel sorry for the actual Ben Smith because he gets comments like, you weren't even that good of fullback.
Discount Christian Cullen.
All that sort of shit. And it's so sad because, well, he was a fucking awesome player.
Yeah, he really was.
Incredible player. They're obviously different people.
Yeah,
Ben Smith is not doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And
like Ben Smith was like the most. He's like a softly spoken. Like, they always called him Ben from accounts because he just looks like a. Yeah, and he's suddenly got this like alter ego where he's just like a big internet troll. No, it's a different guy.
I don't know. It's so funny. Ben Smith is behind it all. It's like I even put my name on it. Yeah, because because I think he works for the Highlanders. And the Highlanders had to release a post.
Right, they did. Yeah, I saw that.
Saying
it was ahead of the Eden Park game, I think.
Yeah,
just their PSA.
And then they put up all the hate that he's got over the years. And it's like tons of hate about, you weren't a great All Black and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. And he was fucking awesome. Awesome player.
We could use him right now.
We really could.
Chile qualified for the Rugby World Cup in 2027.
Sad for Samoa, but very, very happy for the great people of Chile. You know, Chile has no country on earth has a more similar climate to New Zealand than Chile.
Right? They're a very skinny country with lots of mountains.
You know what Chile means?
Cold.
Cold winter. It's a bit chilly.
There you go.
I think it actually does mean Chile. Translate actually means.
No, they're just not good there.
Well, like, you talk about some rugby. I just want to. Somebody told me that once, and
like as much as we as Aucklanders have a much closer connection to Samoa, it is hard not to get behind Chile when they have 20,000 rabid fans just cheering their team on. Somebody in the comments of that video said Chile is like one of the only countries that could get 20,000 people to attend a chess match. Like they just, if it's Chile playing, they will get out there and support. Like we cannot say that about New Zealand.
By the way, I think I disproved myself.
There you go.
I think it means something about the land ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Chilean passionate fans were unbelievable.
I haven't seen the highlights. Like I think I've
20,000 people.
Just in a
football. Raucous.
Football, I couldn't. If someone said, "Name a Chilean rugby player," or else we're going to end you, I wouldn't be able to do it. So
you'd be dead, man.
Can you now name me a Chilean rugby player?
Saavedra. Iziara.
There are a lot of R's, are there?
What was the number 8's name? Escobar.
What style of player are they playing?
Oh, they love an offload. Yeah, they are always looking to offload from the deck. They just want to keep playing. They don't have the biggest guys.
Yeah.
They're a mobile team. So I think they get bullied a bit when they play like tier 1 teams with fully professional, but they do have a team playing in the South American Super Rugby competition. Yeah, so a lot of these guys play a lot of rugby together. They've got a few guys based in Europe and whatnot. So, but it just seems to be a place on the up.
Nice.
They seem to be getting the grassroots stuff right. Like I don't think it's a huge player base, but
if we can,
there's such a contrast to Samoa, who are like a diaspora team.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And they really struggle to get all their guys to play for Samoa because they're all over the world. They're playing in Europe. They can't get time off their clubs. They don't get paid. Like, it's hard.
All the natural, like, and it's a huge, and like, rugby is the national game in Samoa. Is rugby league? What is a bigger game now?
I think probably league.
Yeah, well, you know what happens in league? Like, all the blokes who are born in New Zealand or born in Australia of Samoan descent, and they're some of the best athletes in the game, they go, I want to represent mum and dad's heritage. And they all get together, and it's like this thing, are you playing? I'm going to play if you play. And then they get the biggest names in the game, and then they knock over the likes of fucking New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah. Well,
Rugby League does the same thing.
Rugby League doesn't have the same kind of stand-down period.
No. No. You can kind of chop and change pretty easily.
It'd be like if Ardie Savia was just like, all right, I'm just going to play for Samoa.
Ardie Savia would be 1,000% a type of player in NRL who would choose to play for Australia. No, who would choose to play for Samoa. Like, so you would get, out of the New Zealand team, anybody in that team that had... You don't get... And the New Zealand team is just made up of Pakihas and Māoris now.
Right.
Like, we don't have... We used to get all our Samoan and Tongan players that were born in New Zealand...
To play for the Kiwis. And we used to be we were still really, really good. We won the Pacific Nations Cup of the league sort a couple of years ago. Still a very, very good team. But... We've lost like this ability to have the Tongan or Samoan descent players.
It's like, and they're fucking awesome. Yeah. We used to get Jason Tomalolo to play for us.
Right.
He hasn't played for us for years.
Plays for Tonga.
Yeah, he plays for Tonga. Yeah.
And that is why the fan bases, a lot of them based in New Zealand, but in countries as well, get behind them because they've got like proper superstars playing for them.
Yeah, 100%.
The Tongan and Samoan rugby union teams are largely made up of former All Blacks or Wallabies.
Yeah.
Or guys who couldn't make the All Blacks or Wallabies.
Yeah, that's
I don't mean to say that like in a disparagement. That's just the truth.
Yeah. It couldn't kick on to the next level.
But I mean, the Samoan team that lost to Chile didn't have the vast majority of their big gun players. Like
Moana Pacifica would have beaten that Samoan team.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the guys are playing like Shoot Shield over in Australia. Like they're not even fully professional rugby players.
Yeah. So if it was a similar sort of comparison to what happens to the All Blacks and what happens in the Kiwis in Union versus NRL, there'd be no Caleb Clark. There would be no... The Frizzell would never have played for us. We would never have got...
Paddy Tuipulotu would be playing
probably the Ioannis would have played elsewhere.
Yeah, Rico would be playing elsewhere. Although Rico's half Māori, but...
Paddy Tuipulotu would definitely be playing. He does his bloody post-match speeches in Samoan, for goodness sake. Like...
Isn't Tuipulotu a Tongan now?
Is he?
I don't know.
He'd probably be playing with the other. But these guys are all born in New Zealand, by the way.
Yes, they're all born and raised New Zealanders.
And it kindles something in the New Zealand community. Like when Samoa is playing Four Nations rugby or World Cup rugby.
Out on the streets outside, there are Samoan flags and Tongan flags everywhere.
It goes nuts. And then there's just parades of Samoan flags going everywhere. And you're like... Fuck it, traffic goes to shit. Everything goes to standstill because it's just people in their cars blaring their music with their sound. It's fun.
I don't think people realise who haven't been there how big the Pacific community is here.
Yeah, it goes nuts. And you do not get there for Union.
No.
You don't get there for Union.
No, nobody knows that the Samoan team is playing Chile unless you're a pretty die-hard rugby fan.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of rugby Samoan fans who are like, oh, God... Like, what is going on? And they would be frustrated about the fact that
they always talk about corruption, basically.
Yeah. So, it's
always a real hard one because Samoan rugby union always says we got no money. And World Rugby's always like, we gave you money. Where's the money?
Yeah.
But it's just like, if the players who are eligible aren't getting paid, and it's during club season, what do you do?
Yeah. And that's...
Like, would you be able to say to your work, like, I'm just going to go do some YouTube work for the next 2 months.
I'm going to go play Gaelic football for the next 2 months.
Can you pay me? They'll be like, no, we require you to come to work. You're like, okay.
Like, come on, guys. I'm trying to represent my little community here.
Yeah, Irish heritage, please. Yeah. No. So, but I mean, Chile, their support is incredible. They play really fun rugby.
Welcome to the party.
I'm so happy they made it. I still want Samoa to be there, but
imagine if they don't.
I can't be unhappy that Chile made it because they are such a fun team to watch.
What does a repechage look like?
I think it's Brazil from South America, Belgium from Europe, Namibia is the African team who usually make the World Cup, but Zimbabwe beat them this time, so Namibia is going to be there, and Samoa. So Samoa will be favourites if they can get all their big guns. It's November's an international test window. So if a bunch of the boys are just like, fuck, if there's a time when I have to not play for my club, this is it. I have to get Samoa to the World Cup.
They should be able to go.
They should be able to make it. If they can get all their big guns back, I can't.
They don't have to pay for their own flights or anything, do they?
It's going to be in like the Middle East somewhere, I think.
All right.
So there shouldn't be, for all the guys are based in Europe, it should be a relatively easy one.
All right. Okay. Hopefully they.
Well done, Chile. You made it.
NBC Harbour lost the shield.
Well, you couldn't get the shield.
Hold on. Wait a second.
We're already an hour and 18 minutes. You really want to look up?
What the fuck?
Baywatch.
Just
Just waiting for Tony to get this audio file. There you go. Baywatch. Hawke's Bay played Auckland and they thumped us.
oh, God.
And you guys played Otago for the Shield.
and we
you
lost.
Well done.
That's the NPC for another week.
Now let's play everyone's favourite game.
Oh, oh my God! This is turning into one of these 3-hour podcasts.
Stormers played Leinster.
The Stormers got up.
35-0.
That's the only game I know the result of.
There you go. I'm not going to count that one.
Well, can I have it just for being aware? I think I should have got a point.
Glasgow hosted.
Sneaky, it's a breakfast ball point. Give me a point.
Glasgow hosted the Sharks.
Oh, Glasgow got up a couple of years ago, didn't they? Where did the Sharks finish last year?
In the playoffs, top four.
And where did Glasgow? They didn't go so well in the end.
Well, I think they were also top four.
This is a 50-50, yeah? Sharks have got no BOKS in the team right now.
Correct.
I'm going to go Glasgow.
They did 35-19.
Boom.
Ulster played the Dragons.
I'm going Ulster.
Big time, 42-21. The Bulls played the Ospreys in Pretoria.
I'm going Bulls.
55-40. Or 53-40. Big score.
Yeah, there we go.
Krobala, the hooker, got a hat-trick for the Bulls.
There we go.
Zebre played Edinburgh over in Italy.
Where they both... Zebre had one of their better seasons last year.
Yeah, they finished second to last, but with a way better record than the team that played last.
And
Edinburgh, were they in the playoffs or just out of the playoffs? They were either in the playoffs or close to the playoffs.
Going to go to the Scots there.
They lost.
Ah!
They lost 31-28. Last-minute penalty to Zebre from a scrum.
Bastards.
Yeah.
38-28. That's not
31-28.
Okay, yeah, right.
Scarlets played Munster. Remember, Clayton McMillan's the new coach of Munster.
Munster got up.
They did 34-21. They're playing some sexy rugby. They can't defend that well.
So how much? Are you just watching highlights? What are you doing?
I watched a couple of the games in full. Connacht played Benetton.
Connacht.
They did 26-15. Now, let me just ask you one thing before we wrap it up.
Yes. So they're not a bad record.
You got all but one. Well done.
And that was the last minute penalty.
7 out of 8.
7 out of 8.
There you go. Pretty good record. I'll give you the Leinster result as well.
I really should lay punts down for this.
There you go.
I don't watch any URC, but I'm really good at predicting the results after the game's over.
So, the URC has switched their streaming provider to a new streaming provider.
Yes.
So, I thought, let's try this out.
Yeah.
See how good it is, right? Now, of all these...
I need to pay, get on with it.
Okay, of all these features that you would want from a streaming provider, which one would you prefer to have? Like, which one's your must-have? Like, the ability to
switch... What's my priority?
Yeah, your priority. So, what's like the ability to switch commentary? So you can go like commentary, just game noise, ref's mic, right? Switch commentary is one.
Nice to have, but definitely not a priority, potentially.
Okay. Would you like the ability to multi-view 2 games at the same time?
I have ADHD, that'd be tough. But some, maybe...
Or the ability to like rewind, fast forward, like the little progress bar where you can like watch the game from the start.
That's the priority.
That's the one they don't have. What? You can only watch it live.
Oh,
it's live, or you got to wait an hour after the match for the replay.
So you can't pause.
You can't pause. If you pause, the game keeps going.
I live in that zone. I love to give myself a pause, and then I can fast forward the breakdown. Not the breakdowns, the stoppages.
I was incredulous. It's the first world of all first world problems, but what the actual fuck? Like, I've used so many sports, the TVNZ, Flow Rugby, Sky Sports, like TG4, they've all got pause.
Come on,
and
product
rewind.
Team. Come on, product team. Get that.
That's
sorted.
Bullshit. Like, you guys are supposed to be a world class.
But they can do that other stuff too.
What? They can do the fucking commentary changes, and they can do the multi-screen. Get the basics right, man. For goodness sake. This is Bush League shit.
Well, speaking of Bush League shit, this has been a Bush League podcast called
2 Cents Gets Distracted.
You can listen to it, and it is a rugby podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you get your motherfucking podcast.
And it's a long 120 hour 23.
Oh, that's a long one for us. All right.
Tony needs to pee.
I
also kind of need to pee. We'll catch you guys after we pee.
Do you need to pee? Maybe.
You might be listening to this as you pee.
You could be taking a piss right now and going, this is weird. And if that's you...
Bit of an inception thing going on.
Take care, folks. Don't pee on your phone. Bye-bye.